Welcome back to Broken Electronics. I'm Lee. It's great to spend time with you today. I am continuing with focus right now on my 20th anniversary Mac, the Power Mac G4 digital audio. You've seen a couple of videos on that. It was so heavily upgraded when I got it, there wasn't really that much to do, but I do have some work to do to get it working. Took delivery today on this. It is a 1 terabyte SSD, which I intend to put in there. Now, it has a SATA IDE PCI card in there with 2 SATA ports plus 1 IDE. The 2 drives that are in there, there's a 500 gig hard drive. It's plugged in by a SATA. There's also a 250 gig hard drive that's plugged into the IDE. The second SATA port is untouched. Now, I am suspecting that the person from whom I bought the machine had another drive in there because it came with the appropriate cables, both SATA data and SATA power, sitting in the machine. So I think, took out what was his boot drive and kept that, more power to him. Then, did clean installs of a couple of versions of Mac OS X, Tiger and Panther to be accurate. So what I'm going to do is put this 1 terabyte drive in there. The intention will be to partition it. The machine is very capable of running Leopard, so I'm going to put Leopard on there. Tiger 2, but very importantly, OS 9, since the machine is capable of booting into OS 9 and is quite a powerful machine capable of booting into OS 9. So that's the plan for today. So if you're interested in taking a look at this, please stay tuned. All right, we're opened up here. This is the SATA card we have here. The SATA data cable plugs in thusly, and this is a Molex to SATA power adapter, and that's all plugged in. Isn't that nice? Okay, and we'll just slide that down right in there. Now we can at some point find a way of securing that if we want to. The thing is, of course, the SSDs are so small and so light. With IDE connections, I usually don't secure them because the motion has a tendency to dislodge the adapter that you need to use. But since this is SATA anyway, that's not a concern. But I think it'll be fine just like that. So let's close it up. As upgrades go, that was a pretty easy one. So, let's boot it up and deal with that. So please stay tuned. All right, we're hooked up. So, let's press the button. Okay, we leap to life. Didn't chime, but I'm not super worried about that. Oh yeah, I had the speaker plugged in and it was turned off. No wonder. All right. Oh, that's strange. Oh, I'm gonna turn that off and plug the speaker, and then we'll see where we go. Okay, now this is perfectly expected. New unformatted SSD. So we'll initialize it. This is our SSD team group. I'm eventually going to erase these others, but we'll leave that for now. clicking erase. We can leave it as untitled right now because we're going to have to partition it in a bit. So let's erase. And untitled leaps to life on the desktop. All right, flip over to partition. Well, 4 partitions, one for Leopard, one for Tiger, one for OS 9, and then a data partition. All right. Give Leopard 200. And the wonderful name of Leopard SSD. I am so creative with these names. Okay, on to Tiger. Won't spend much time in Tiger. We'll just give it 80 gigs. That should be plenty. And of course, Tiger SSD. And then here, we only need this to be 20 gigs, which we shall call Mac OS 9 SSD. Now we don't want it to be U Tiger, do we? All right, and then we've got roughly 700 gigabytes for excess storage. Now, there'll be way more storage than this machine needs. At this point, I'm just going to leave the existing 500 gig and 250 gig hard drives in there. And we'll see where we go from there. All right, so let's partition it. Unmount. Tiger, Leopard, Data, and OS 9. So all 4 of our partitions are up and running. All right. We'll restart. All right, rebooting now. What I wanted. Okay, well, you give me a sec. What I want to do actually is boot the machine up in target disk mode. I must have gotten my keyboard shortcut wrong. So we can do this, I believe, another way. Down here to startup disk. And we can just select target disk mode. I don't know why I didn't think of doing it that way in the first place. Use the GUI where it's there. shut itself down. That's interesting. Try this once again. Now, okay, I'm going to have to fiddle with this some to get the machine started in target disk mode. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Okay, for some reason I don't really understand, the digital audio will not boot into target disk mode. There are two ways of doing that. One is to hold the T key down when you're booting the machine up, and the other is to go into system preferences, which you saw me try to do. Neither one worked. So what I've done here is to start the Quicksilver into target disk mode. My plan is to clone the operating systems that are installed on the Quicksilver. Let's start up the digital audio now, onto the digital audio. So once this starts up, we should find that the various drives that are in the Quicksilver will mount on the desktop of the digital audio. Okay. So yep, we have everything here. Oh, this is awkward. This, I believe, yeah, that's the... Okay, it's mounting Tiger and OS 9, but it's not mounting the Leopard drive. Oh, which is the Firewire drive. Aha. Aha. So yeah, it mounts the IDE drives, but it doesn't mount the Firewire drive. Well, let's see here. Do I have carbon copy cloner on here? Yes, I do. Okay. All right. Now, this is the Tiger installation as it exists. We'll move carbon copy cloner into here and start it up. Oops. We'll agree to that. All right. Select the source, Tiger SSD. Select, a destination, which is Tiger SSD, and clone. All right. So yeah, to get it'll actually be pretty simple to get the Leopard installation done. I'm just going to have to take it out, disconnected from the internal FireWire port on the Quicksilver. That will be simple enough. Okay, so this is going to take a while. So we'll be back when we're ready to proceed. Stay tuned. Okay, we're done with that. Data copied 12 gigabytes, 40 minutes on the nose. So we're done with that. Now we're going to repeat that, copying over the OS 9 data. This will go much, much, much faster. Clone. I guess since I haven't closed out Carbon Copy Cloner, I won't have to authenticate again. All right, this should just take a few minutes. The plan after that, once that's done, will be to boot this up in into the new Tiger installation, the one that I just cloned over. I'll have to shut down the Quicksilver from target disk mode. Yeah, that FireWire, the Leopard disk, is a FireWire disk, so of course the OS is reading it as, or the machine is reading it as an external drive, even though it's inside the machine. So I can't use target disk mode on that. So, but all I need to do is shut it down, open it up, take the drive out. It's in an enclosure. Plug it in via FireWire to this machine, to the digital audio, and then do the cloning again. So I shall attend to these things. Stay tuned. Okay, as predicted, that only took a little over 5 minutes, and obviously much less to copy over. Okay, so we can, whoops, didn't actually quit Carbon Copy Cloner. Let's do that. Now, come down here, eject all those drives. Okay. Now give me a sec here. Just shut down the Quicksilver. Amazing how much louder the Quicksilver is than the digital audio. All right. And start up disk. We should see a lot more options now. And we're going to restart into Tiger on the SSD. Restart. Kind of get the FireWire SSD out of there. Plug that in. And okay, here we are in Tiger. All right, so this, of course, is the newly cloned installation of Tiger. I'll eventually erase that other one. Open up Carbon Copy Cloner again. Select the source, which would be Leopard Firewire. Select the destination, which is Leopard SSD, and clone. Here's a warning, and I'm going to have to authenticate. Okay, now this is going to take a while, because this is the main working OS installation. So please stay tuned. All right, this backup has completed. 24 gigs, so there's about 11 gigabytes more data on the Leopard installation, and it took slightly over 9 minutes longer, so the actual transfer rate was faster in going from the Firewire drive plugged in directly, whereas before I was plugging in IDE drives, which were connected via target disk mode and Firewire. All right, so this all worked. Now we'll need to put this guy back into the Quicksilver. All right, and just to make sure this is working, start up disk. Leopard. And here we go. Took a little while. So get to our desktop. There's all our drives. There's a dock. All right. Okay. Now this Mac. 1.47 gigahertz PowerPC, our 1.5 gigabyte of SD RAM, startup disk Leopard SSD, all right, and system profiler. All looking good. Can't really see that there, can you? I know, I'll just pull that right down. Oh, I'm going to have to change, yeah, it still says Quicksilver. I'll have to do something about that. All right. PCI cards. All right, so we've got the MSATA, obviously red. It is reading the eSATA card, but no drivers. We'll have to do something about that. And then the USB controller is all down there. All right. Well, yeah, we seem to be good. I'm going to do some cleaning up and some experimentation. But looks like we've got the computer all set up with the new SSD. All right. So I think we can wrap this up right now. Be good to other people. They deserve it. We are making this a better world. Be good to yourselves so you can enjoy the better world. And until we get there, take very, very good and careful care in these difficult times. We'll have some more on this machine, I'm sure, and a lot of other stuff too. So until that time, this has been Broken Electronics.